Australia government on Wednesday filed 59 charges against the only surviving suspect, Naveed Akram, who is one of the suspected persons allegedly responsible for the mass shooting at Bondi Beach in the city of Sydney targeting Jewish people on the Jews' first day to mark this year's Hanukkah festival, which led to the killing of 16 persons, including a married couple who was said initially tried to disarm one of the attackers before the husband and wife were killed, children aged 10 and above, and the suspect father and co-perpetrator, Sajid Akram, who was killed on the spot by the police, and 41 others including police officers and the bystander, Ahmed Al-Ahmed, who disarmed the 50-year-old one of the gunmen. Some of the 20 of the injured persons are still in critical condition in the hospital based on statement issued on Wednesday by local authority in Sydney. This, according to the New South Wales Police Force in a statement published on its website on Wednesday. The suspect was brought before the court, following extensive inquiries under Operation Arcs. Today, Wednesday the 17th of December, New South Wales Joint Counter-Terrorism Team, JCTT investigators attended a hospital where they charged a 24-year-old Bondi man with 59 offences, including commit terrorist act, 15 counts of murder, 40 counts of cause wounding, grievous bodily harm to person with intent to murder, discharge firearm, intent cause grievous bodily harm, cause public display of prohibited terrorist organization symbol, place explosive in near building with intent cause harm, and the court adjourned the case to April 2026 after the suspect made first appearance from his hospital bed before the Bail Division Local Court 7 via audio-visual link, AVL. The suspect was critically injured during the incident on Sunday, and had his first hearing from his hospital bedside, the local New South Wales court said. Earlier on Wednesday, New South Wales Police Commissioner Mal Lanyon said they were waiting for medication to wear off before formally questioning Akram. For his fairness, we need him to understand what is exactly happening, Lanyon said. Police have designated the attack a terrorist incident, with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese saying it appears to have been motivated by Islamic State group ideology. Police said, homemade Islamic State group flags and improvised explosive devices, IEDs, have been found in the vehicle used by the gunman. According to the New South Wales Police Force, the New South Wales Joint Counter-Terrorism Team has formally charged a 24-year-old man alleged to be one of 2 gunmen responsible for the Bondi Beach mass shooting that claimed the lives of 15 people. About 6:40 p.m. on Sunday the 14th of December 2025, emergency services were called to Bondi Beach following reports of a public place shooting. Officers attached to Eastern Suburbs Police Area Command, surrounding commands, and specialist police responded and located 2 men using long arms to fire into crowds of people. Multiple officers exchanged fire with the gunman, and 2 officers, a constable and probationary constable, suffered gunshot wounds. During the incident, 1 gunman, a 50-year-old man, was shot by police and died at the scene. The second gunman, his 24-year-old son, suffered critical injuries and was taken to hospital under police guard. 15 people died during the attack, with 41 people, including 4 children, taken to hospital. There are currently 20 patients continuing to receive care across several Sydney hospitals. Those who died are still in the process of being formally identified. However, police believe their ages range between 10 and 87. Of the 2 injured officers, the constable is in a critical but stable condition, while the probationary constable is in a stable condition. New South Wales, NSW Police Commissioner, Mal Lanyon APM declared the incident terror-related, and the investigation was referred to the NSW Joint Counter-Terrorism Team, JCCT, under Operation Arcs. The NSW-JCTT comprises members from the NSW Police Force, Australian Federal Police, Australian Security Intelligence Organisation and the NSW Crime Commission. Following extensive inquiries under Operation Arcs, today, Wednesday the 17th of December, JCTT investigators attended a hospital where they charged a 24-year-old Bondi man with 59 offences, including commit terrorist act, 15 counts of murder, 40 counts of cause wounding, grievous bodily harm to person with intent to murder, discharge firearm etc. intend cause grievous bodily harm, cause public display of prohibited terrorist org symbol, place explosive in, near building with intent cause harm. Police will allege in court the man engaged in conduct that caused death, serious injury and endangered life to advance a religious cause and cause fear in the community. Early indications point to a terrorist attack inspired by ISIS, a listed terrorist organization in Australia. He remains in hospital under police guard to face bail. Division Local Court 7 via AVL today. Anyone with information about extremist activity or possible threats to the community should come forward, no matter how small or insignificant you may think the information may be. The National Security Hotline is 1-800-123-400. On the state of one of the police officers shot during the attack, the New South Wales Police Force published a statement issued on behalf of the family of Jack Hibbert, probationary constable injured during Bondi shooting on Wednesday the 17th of December 2025 around 11 hours 58 minutes and 48 seconds am local Australia time, which indicated thus, on the 14th of December, Jack Hibbert was shot while fulfilling his role as a police officer at Bondi Beach. While serving and protecting the community, Jack sustained 2 bullet wounds, one to his head and another to his shoulder. Jack was on duty, patrolling the Hanukkah celebration interacting with the community at Bondi Beach, when the incident first occurred. Jack was taken to ICU where he was intubated and underwent multiple surgeries. Although miraculously surviving, Jack's injuries have resulted in a loss of vision in one of his eyes and he now faces a long and challenging recovery ahead, with additional surgeries required. Jack is just 22 years old and has only been in the police force for 4 months. Even so, in the face of a violent and tragic incident, he responded with courage, instinct, and selflessness, continuing to protect and help others whilst injured, until he was physically no longer able to. Jack was simply doing his job, a job he deeply loves, driven by a commitment to protect the community, even at great personal cost. Many of his colleagues who were present on the night of the incident have visited in hospital and given testaments to Jack's bravery during the incident, describing his devotion to his community. They described how Jack acted. He moved toward people in need, not away from danger, and continued helping others while seriously injured. The support from the police force and hospital staff has been unmatched and we are beyond grateful. We thank the wider community for their kindness, support, and prayers for Jack and our family during this difficult time. We ask all to respect our privacy as we move through these next stages to support Jack and all his needs to a full recovery.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Israeli government has blamed the Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, over the father and son terrorist act of mass shooting in Bondi Beach on Sunday evening around 6:47 p.m. in accordance with Australia local time, leading to the killing of 16 persons including one of the suspected terrorists and a 10-year-old girl, and 42 others sustained injuries according to the Premier of New South Wales State, Christopher Minns, when members of the Jewish community in the Sydney City of Australia came out in large numbers on day 1 to celebrate this year's Hanukkah festival. The Israeli government through the video statements made by the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, during government meeting in Dimona and when he lit the first Hanukkah candle in Israel later on Sunday, said, "There may be more terrorist attacks on the Jewish people because the Australia government is weak. We know there will be additional attacks. The safest place for the Jewish people in the world is where the government, the army, and the security forces will defend them," saying, on August 17, 2025, he wrote a letter to the Prime Minister of Australia wherein he said, "Your call for a Palestinian state pours fuel on the anti-Semitic fire. It rewards Hamas terrorists. It emboldens those who menace Australian Jews and encourages the Jew hatred now stalking your streets. Anti-Semitism is a cancer. It spreads when leaders stay silent. It retreats when leaders act. I call upon you to replace weakness with action, appeasement with resolve. Instead, Prime Minister, you replaced weakness with weakness and appeasement with more appeasement. Your government did nothing to stop the spread of anti-Semitism in Australia. You did nothing to curb the cancer cells that were growing inside your country. You took no action. You let the disease spread, and the result is the horrific attacks on Jews we saw today. In a tweet posted through his personal verified X social media account few hours ago, Australia Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said, "In moments like this, we must come together. Australia stands united against hatred and terror." Speaking during the news conference on Sunday, Australia's Home Minister, Tony Burke, gave more details about the gunmen, who happened to be father and son, Sajid Akram and Naveed Akram. He says the father arrived in Australia in 1998 on a student visa. The son, who we know is Naveed Akram, is an Australian-born citizen. The father, a 50-year-old, was killed at the scene, taking the total number of dead to 16, while his 24-year-old son is in a critical condition in hospital. Local media reported that both men pledged allegiance to the Islamic State group, adding that Naveed first came to authorities' attention in October 2019, but the Australian Prime Minister said an assessment was made that there was no indication of any ongoing threat or threat of him engaging in violence. His father arrived in Australia on a student visa in 1998, which was transferred in 2001 to a partner visa and later resident return visas. Meanwhile, the man who tackled one of the gunmen to the floor and saved people from getting shot at Bondi Beach in Australia was identified as Ahmed Al-Ahmed. He was shot during the incident and is currently recuperating in a hospital. New South Wales State Premier Christopher Minns said in numbers of posts between Sunday and Monday that, "Tonight, I made the decision to light the Sydney Opera House with candles on the menorah, marking the second day of Hanukkah. In the wake of this horrific attack, it is more important than ever that the Jewish community in New South Wales knows they do not stand alone. We cannot, and we will not allow Jewish Australians to feel they must hide their faith, their traditions, their religious celebrations or their identity. Lighting the Opera House is a simple but powerful gesture, a message to the world that we cherish our Jewish community, that we honor their courage, and that we stand with them in solidarity and love. Tonight, those candles are a symbol of resilience and a reminder that even in darkness, we choose to stand with one another." Ahmed is a real-life hero. Last night, his incredible bravery no doubt saved countless lives when he disarmed a terrorist at enormous personal risk. It was an honor to spend time with him just now and to pass on the thanks of people across New South Wales. There is no doubt that more lives would have been lost if not for Ahmed's selfless courage. Thank you, Ahmed. Tonight, on the second night of the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, we laid wreaths to honor and pay tribute to the victims of the horrific terrorist attack in Bondi and their families. 15 innocent people who lost their lives in a targeted attack against the Jewish community on the first night of their festival of Hanukkah. The monumental outpouring of sympathy, emotions, flowers, and memorial stones is emblematic of the Australian spirit. Even in the face of sheer, wanton violence, we will not be broken. Hanukkah is the Jewish festival of lights. On this, the second night of Hanukkah, we light candles together and unite against the darkness. Today I met with Jewish community leaders to reaffirm that New South Wales stands with them during this incredibly dark time. We are grieving alongside them. This horrific act of violence demands an overwhelming response. Operation Shelter is being strengthened. More than 320 police are being deployed today, and we will continue to increase that number. I want to be clear, especially for our Jewish community, that New South Wales police are there to protect them, to keep them safe, and that they have every right to celebrate their faith and enjoy this festive period free from the fear and sorrow caused by this terrible violence. It is my sad duty to update that 15 innocent victims are confirmed deceased following the horrific, targeted attack on the Jewish community at Bondi Beach. I want to be crystal clear that we strongly repudiate anti-Semitism in all of its forms, and there is no tolerance for racism or hatred in New South Wales or Australia. And we will wrap our arms around the Jewish community and let them know that every Australian stands with them. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a video press release during the government meeting in Dimona on Sunday, said, on August 17th, about 4 months ago, I sent Prime Minister Albanese of Australia a letter in which I gave him warning that the Australian government's policy was promoting and encouraging anti-Semitism in Australia. I wrote, your call for a Palestinian state pours fuel on the anti-Semitic fire. It rewards Hamas terrorists. It emboldens those who menace Australian Jews and encourages the Jew hatred now stalking your streets. Anti-Semitism is a cancer. It spreads when leaders stay silent. It retreats when leaders act. I call upon you to replace weakness with action, appeasement with resolve. Instead, Prime Minister, you replaced weakness with weakness and appeasement with more appeasement. Your government did nothing to stop the spread of anti-Semitism in Australia. You did nothing to curb the cancer cells that were growing inside your country. You took no action. You let the disease spread, and the result is the horrific attacks on Jews we saw today. We saw an action of a brave man. Turns out a Muslim brave man, and I salute him, that stopped one of these terrorists from killing innocent Jews. But it requires the action of your government, which you are not taking. And you have to, because history will not forgive hesitation and weakness. It will honor action and strength. That's what Israel expects of each of your governments in the West and elsewhere. Because the disease spreads and it will consume you as well. But we are worrying right now about our people, our safety, and we do not remain silent. We fight those who try to annihilate us. They're not only trying to annihilate us, they attack us because they attack the West. In Syria we saw yesterday 2 American soldiers killed and 1 American interpreter killed as well. Killed because they represent our common culture. Now, as a result of this, Secretary of War Peter Hegseth said the following. He said, let it be known that if you target Americans anywhere in the world, you will spend the rest of your brief anxious life knowing the United States will hunt you, find you and ruthlessly kill you. We send our condolences to the people of America, and I want to say that our policy is exactly that policy. That's why those who target Israelis, target our soldiers, try to kill them or try to hurt them and wound them, as happened in Gaza yesterday, we take action. They will spend the rest of the brief anxious lives knowing that Israel will hunt them, find them and ruthlessly dispose of them. That is American policy. This is Israel's policy. It's our policy in Gaza, in Lebanon, anywhere around us. We do not sit by and let these killers kill us. Also said, during the ceremony, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his wife Sarah Netanyahu, at the National Police Academy, lit the first Hanukkah candle together with National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir and his wife Ayala, and the Israel Police Inspector General, Danny Levy, at the Hanukkah ceremony that was attended by the family of the National Counterterrorism Unit fighter, Master Sergeant Ran Givili, of blessed memory, who fought bravely on October 7th and was taken hostage to Gaza, Israel Police Chief Rabbi Rami Berekyahu, the senior police command staff, and male and female police officers, according to the news release made available by the Office of the Prime Minister of Israel, that we will bring Ran back, just as we brought back 254 out of our 255 abductees. Some did not believe. I believe. My friends in the government believed. They said, it will be a miracle. I said, this nation performs miracles. The Holy One, blessed be He, helps a people who help themselves. We are a people who have learned to help ourselves, because we knew that in times of distress, it is not certain that anyone else will help us. This was largely our fate in exile, with waves of anti-Semitism that kept returning, rising, returning, rising, and returning, rising. What changed with the establishment of the State of Israel was not the disappearance of anti-Semitism but our ability to repel the massacres and mass murders against Jews, which always followed numerous accusations, lies, and insults. That is the change. Even today, they try to murder, and sadly, even today they succeeded in murdering Jews. They massacred Jews in Sydney, Australia. 4 months ago, I wrote a letter to the Prime Minister of Australia. I told him, your policy encourages terrorism. It encourages anti-Semitism. You call for a Palestinian state, and you are essentially giving a prize to Hamas for the terrible massacre they carried out on October 7th. You are legitimizing all these rioters and you are not lifting a finger to eliminate these terror hotspots. This will lead to more murders. He did nothing. We know there will be additional attacks. The safest place for the Jewish people in the world is where the government, the army, and the security forces will defend them. That is first and foremost in the state of Israel, because we defend ourselves, and we defend ourselves with the help of the IDF, with the help of the security forces, and with the help of the brave male and female officers of the Israel police. Honored guests and friends, National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, his wife Ayala, the Police Inspector General, the Command Staff, and the Academy graduates, you were on the first line of defense on October 7th. I do not forget that. I was on the line and I saw the line of the heroes and heroines, the female police officers who fought and fell, and the male police officers who fought and fell. A tremendous hero, Ran Givili, simply fought until the last bullet with a broken arm, but with an unwavering spirit. Somehow we returned to our land after the exile imposed upon us. And the first thing we had to renew was our capacity for self-defense. This is what we have been doing over the past 2 years with renewed vigor and great success. We essentially represent the free world, modern civilization, against the barbarians who want to return us to the Middle Ages. That is what they want. And like in the days of the Maccabees, they hesitate, the few against the many. We are a nation of about 10 million against many, against the enemies who only recently fought us as 200 million. True, they attacked us, they caused us an unbearable disaster on October 7th, but on October 8th, it already turned around. We went and struck them clockwise. First in Gaza, then in Lebanon, then in Syria, also in Iraq, and above all, in Iran. No one believed in the miracles and wonders in those days and in this time. But we believed, you believe. I want to commend you, police officers of Israel. Continue to believe, continue to safeguard us and also safeguard one another. Thank you very much on behalf of the people of Israel throughout the generations. Happy Hanukkah to all of you. Australia Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, in a post tweeted on his X social media platform a few hours ago, said, "In moments like this, we must come together. Australia stands united against hatred and terror." In numbers of tweets since the attack on Sunday, the Australia Prime Minister said, "Tonight and over the coming days, we are holding the Jewish community close. For the 8 nights of Hanukkah, Jewish families around the world fill their windows with light, something that has been passed down through generations. Tonight, I am lighting a candle in solidarity with the Australian Jewish community. Because when anti-Semitism and hate rears its ugly head, we don't shy away. We will confront the darkness with light. Together, today I convened National Cabinet to respond to the act of terror and anti-Semitism in Bondi last night. We stand with Jewish Australians and we stand against hatred and violence. Australia is stronger than those who try to divide us, and we will come through this together." The dedication and commitment of police officers was on full display last night, when off-duty officers turned up to Bondi to help. They are the best of Australia. I received a briefing at Bondi Police Station and was able to thank many officers personally. Thank you to all our police for your courage and your service. Australia will not be divided by hate or violence. We will confront it head-on. And we will stand together in solidarity with Jewish Australians and with one another. Yesterday was a dark day in our nation's history. But we are stronger than the cowards who did this. We refuse to let them divide us. Australia will never submit to division, violence or hatred, and we will come through this together. We had reported that not less than 11 persons, said to be mostly from the Jewish community and police officers, were shot dead by terrorists on Sunday at Bondi Beach in the Sydney city of Australia, as thousands came out to mark this year Hanukkah or Hanukkah festival, a festival that is known as the Jewish Festival of Lights, usually an 8-day winter celebration marking event of the rededication of the Second Temple in Jerusalem and a miraculous long-lasting oil supply, observed by lighting candles on a menorah, Chanukya, and reciting special prayers, and eating oily foods like latkes and safganiyat, which symbolizes Jewish resilience and freedom. The terrorists attacked the Jewish community on the first day of the festival after Israel government had on Saturday authorized the killing of a senior Hamas commander, Rad Saadu Israel, through a statement issued by the Office of the Prime Minister of Israel, stated that, in recent days, Rad Saad had been engaged in rehabilitating the terrorist organization, planning and carrying out attacks against Israel and rebuilding an attack force, in blatant violation of the ceasefire rules and Hamas's commitments to adhere to the US President Donald Trump's plan, stating, instead of promoting demilitarization, he was engaged in rearming for acts of terrorism. Although Israel government has not issued any statement since the Sunday attacks on Jewish community in Sydney as at the time of filing in this news report on Sunday, but Hamas in a news report published by Al Jazeera confirmed that Saad had since been killed by Israeli soldiers in the Gaza city of Palestine. One of the video footages of the Sunday attack on the Jewish community in Sydney showed a moment an apparent very brave man disarmed one of the gunmen during the mass shooting, overpowered the suspected terrorist, collected the gun and turned the gun against the suspected terrorist without shooting him, and the suspect gets away, then joins another suspected terrorist shooter who continues firing from a bridge.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Not less than 11 persons said to be mostly from the Jewish community and police officers were shot dead by terrorists on Sunday at Bondi Beach in the Sydney city of Australia as thousands came out to mark this year Hanukkah or Hanukkah festival, a festival that is known as the Jewish Festival of Lights, usually an 8-day winter celebration marking event of the rededication of the Second Temple in Jerusalem and a miraculous long-lasting oil supply, observed by lighting candles on a menorah, Chanukya, and reciting special prayers, and eating oily foods like latkes and safganiyat, which symbolizes Jewish resilience and freedom. The terrorists attacked the Jewish community on the first day of the festival after Israel government had on Saturday authorized the killing of a senior Hamas commander, Rad Saadu Israel, through a statement issued by the Office of the Prime Minister of Israel, stated that, in recent days, Rad Saad had been engaged in rehabilitating the terrorist organization, planning and carrying out attacks against Israel and rebuilding an attack force, in blatant violation of the ceasefire rules and Hamas's commitments to adhere to the US President Donald Trump's plan, stating, instead of promoting demilitarization, he was engaged in rearming for acts of terrorism. Although Israel government has not issued any statement since the Sunday attacks on Jewish community in Sydney as at the time of filing in this news report on Sunday, but Hamas in a news report published by Al Jazeera confirmed that Saad had since been killed by Israeli soldiers in the Gaza city of Palestine. One of the video footages of the Sunday attack on the Jewish community in Sydney showed a moment an apparent very brave man disarmed one of the gunmen during the mass shooting, overpowered the suspected terrorist, collected the gun and turned the gun against the suspected terrorist without shooting him, and the suspect gets away, then joins another suspected terrorist shooter who continues firing from a bridge. New South Wales Police declared the shooting as an act of terrorism, and the New South Wales Police Commissioner, Mal Lanyon, said an improvised explosive device was found in a car at the Bondi Beach, linked to the deceased perpetrator. The police commissioner added that a rescue and bomb disposal unit has been deployed to the scene. Local media reported that an emergency services transported 8 injured people to hospital after providing urgent treatment on site, and 11 persons have been confirmed dead by the local authority. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese called the scenes shocking and distressing, and said police and medical teams are continuing efforts to protect lives as the investigation develops. The police confirmed that there are 2 known suspects. One is dead while the other is in a life-threatening condition in hospital. Officers are currently investigating whether there was a third perpetrator involved in the attack. An improvised explosive device was found in a car at Bondi, which was linked to the deceased perpetrator. We'll bring you the latest updates as we get them. The man who was seen in footage wresting a firearm from one of the shooters at Bondi Beach has been praised as a genuine hero by the New South Wales State Premier, Christopher John Minns. The State Premier, Christopher Minns, said at a press conference on Sunday that, "It's the most unbelievable scene I've ever seen. A man walking up to a gunman who had fired on the community and single-handedly disarming him, putting his own life at risk to save the lives of countless others. That man is a genuine hero, and I've got no doubt that there are many, many people alive tonight as a result of his bravery." Christopher John Minns had, in some hours before the attack, stated on his personal Facebook wall that Hanukkah is the festival of lights, and I know those of us in the Jewish community will be taking this opportunity to be with family and friends, light the Hanukkah candles, sing traditional songs, and eat latkes and jam donuts. New South Wales has been the home for Jewish people ever since 8 Jews sailed here on the First Fleet. You have made an enormous, positive, sustained contribution to this country. And thank you for sharing your light with us here in New South Wales. Happy Hanukkah. The Office of the Prime Minister of Israel on Saturday published a joint statement by the Israeli Prime Minister and the Defense Minister which read verbatim below thus. In response to the detonation of a Hamas explosive device that wounded our forces today in the yellow area of the Gaza Strip, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Israel Katz directed that the senior Hamas terrorist Raad Saad be eliminated. Saad was one of the architects of the October 7th massacre, and in recent days had been engaged in rehabilitating the terrorist organization and in planning and carrying out attacks against Israel and rebuilding an attack force, in blatant violation of the ceasefire rules and Hamas's commitments to adhere to President Trump's plan. Instead of promoting demilitarization, he was engaged in rearming for acts of terrorism. Whoever raises his hand against Israel and harms IDF soldiers, his hand will be cut off in Gaza and everywhere else. On behalf of all the citizens of Israel, the Prime Minister and the Defense Minister wish a speedy recovery to our wounded fighters. Hamas, according to Al Jazeera on Sunday, confirmed the killing of its senior commander in an Israeli strike in Gaza in the highest-profile assassination of a senior Hamas figure since the October ceasefire deal. In the wake of Israel's continued violations, including the latest assassination of Hamas commander Raad Saad just yesterday, we call on the mediators and especially the U.S. administration and U.S. President Donald Trump as the main guarantor of the agreement, to force Israel to respect the ceasefire deal and to implement it, Hamas Gaza chief Khalil al-Hayya said in a video statement on Sunday.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Founder of Sowore Reporters News Media, Omoyele Sowore, on Saturday apparently refused to back down on allegations against the founder and the general overseer of a mega fire ministry, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, over reported cases of alleged paying people to fake miracles and give a chemical substance or injection to Apostle O.C. Benjamin of Fulfiller's House Church to perfect an alleged fake miracle of raising a dead man back to life, an allegation a man simply identified as Apostle Wisdom made while speaking during an interview with Truth Media earlier in the year, which, according to Omoyele Sowore, for Apostle Johnson Suleiman to remove the names of the media that conducted the podcast interview and the person that made the statement in the 1 billion Naira's lawsuit filed against him and Sowore Reporters News Media, shows, Apostle Johnson Suleiman knows the speaker, Apostle Wisdom was probably saying the truth. This, Omoyele Sowore stated in reaction to the statement earlier made by Apostle Johnson Suleiman on his personal social media accounts on Saturday, accusing the founder of Sowore Reporters, Omoyele Sowore, of always trying to play the victim's role that wants to be persecuted for fighting for Nigeria, whenever a case is filed against him in the court of law for passing across false and misleading information to defame someone's character, saying that forgiveness is predicated on the admission of guilt and one cannot forgive someone who has neither acknowledged wrongdoing nor shown remorse. In the podcast interview, Apostle Wisdom alleged that Apostle Benjamin, in conspiracy with some members of his church, hired a man from Enugu State and numbers of other persons who acted as neighbors and family members that brought the hired and paid man to the church program held in a Bondi state as a dead man. According to the Apostle Wisdom, the hired man who pretended to be dead was put inside a coffin and transported from Enugu to a Bondi state with an ambulance. He said the coffin was not covered until the man was brought closer to the church to avoid him being killed out of suffocation. Apostle Wisdom said the initial plan was to inject the hired and paid man with an injection Apostle Suleiman allegedly gave to Apostle Benjamin. Apostle Wisdom added that Apostle Benjamin refused to use the injection because he was afraid that the chemical substance may kill the hired and paid man. Hence, they decided to open the coffin until the time for the fake and staged miracle was to be conducted. To buttress his facts, Apostle Wisdom said the man that was brought as if he was dead to the church program was sweating because the few minutes the man was covered inside the coffin, he suffered some level of heat that made his body start sweating. Sowore, in numbers of statements between Friday and Saturday, said, "For your information, Apostle Suleiman has sued me regarding the controversy surrounding his alleged support for individuals faking miracles during an interview conducted by Car Truth. This lawsuit marks the second occasion Apostle Suleiman has taken legal action against me over contentious decisions made during his ministry, following a previous lawsuit concerning Stephanie Otobo that he later amended and removed Otobo. The case has been ongoing for approximately 8 years, and the most straightforward aspect to prove in court would be the matter of miracles. Apostle Suleiman, this charlatanisms. Who is asking you for forgiveness? You sued me 8 years ago over Stephanie Otobo exposes and later sought to end the lawsuit on the condition that I stop exposing you. I refused. You sent Frank Shebu to plead on your behalf. I told him plainly that the facts were correct. At the time, the Nigeria police force was at your beck and call, arresting whoever you pointed at. That era is over. We ended it completely. You even went as far as offering to stand surety for me when the Muhammadu Buhari regime arrested and detained me for treason. I rejected your Greek gift outright and called you out from detention because I know your style too well. This latest noise is pure bluster. If you were serious about any legal challenge, you would have included the podcaster Car Truth and the individual who alleged that you assisted other pastors in staging fake miracles. You claimed they've apologized and claimed they don't know you. This was a lie. The podcast is very much alive and unretracted. You avoided them because you know where the truth lies. I do not need anyone to tell me that you perform fake miracles. Your staged money alerts to your congregation are well known and long documented. Could you please explain to the public why you amended your lawsuit against me, Sahara reporters, and removed Stephanie Otobo? Was it not because you feared she would testify as my witness, after which you paid her to come apologize before your congregation and then sent her fake alert? Did you not purchase a Mercedes-Benz GLK SUV and a house in the Maryland area of Lagos for a Nollywood actress, Daniela Akeke, and, when we uncovered the receipts, rushed to the Lagos state government to scrub the evidence from the vehicle licensing database website? I am particularly interested in this lawsuit because the time has come for charlatans like you to be confronted before a court of law and compelled to prove your so-called miracles and defend your ways before the courts. After all, you were the one who had sued. I am not the victim here. My concern is for your victims, those whose meager offerings and tithes you have diverted to fund these decadent pursuits. I feel deeply for them, including the Nigeria police force officers who had to perish defending your decadent lifestyle in unarmored vehicles. At the same time, you rode in bulletproof armored cars into safety. Apostle Suleiman, in a statement on Saturday, said, "You Omiyele Sowore have consistently defamed individuals, and whenever you are challenged to substantiate your claims, you retreat under the guise of being persecuted for fighting for Nigeria. No one is attempting to silence you. Rather, the goal is to expose you for the fraud that you are. You Sowore lied and defamed me, dragging my name into a fabricated story involving people I have never met, and you were warned and given ample time to retract the falsehood, but you refused. Why the sudden attempt to play the victim simply because the matter is now in court? I am among those who genuinely believe Nigeria needs cleansing, but not through hypocrisy or deceit. Fair journalism demands that your publications be balanced, verified, and unbiased, qualities you obviously have no regards for. For 8 years, I chose to ignore you. That restraint has now ended. Every further unsubstantiated attack on pastors and churches in Nigeria, driven by your anti-church and anti-pastor agenda, will no longer go without an appropriate legal response. To those calling for forgiveness, understand this clearly. Forgiveness is predicated on the admission of guilt. One cannot forgive someone who has neither acknowledged wrongdoing nor shown remorse. As stated in 1 John 1:9, forgiveness follows confession, not denial. Sowore reporters in a news report over the issue has stated that Apostle Johnson Suleiman, the General Overseer of Omega Fire Ministries International, has issued a 48-hour ultimatum to Sowore reporters, demanding a retraction of a report published in April 2025, and an apology across multiple national newspapers. The cleric is also seeking 1 billion naira in damages over what he describes as malicious and defamatory allegations linking him to a staged resurrection miracle. The dispute stems from claims made by Apostle Wisdom, a self-styled former associate of several Nigerian clergymen, who alleged in a viral interview that Apostle O.C. Benjamin of Fulfiller's House Church staged a fake resurrection using an injection allegedly obtained from Apostle Suleiman. According to Wisdom, the substance was intended to temporarily make a person appear dead for the purpose of performing a miracle at a crusade. The claims were amplified in an April 4, 2025 Sowore Reporters publication titled, Apostle Johnson Suleiman gave Fulfiller's House Churches O.C. Benjamin injection to make someone appear dead for staged resurrection miracle, ex-associate. In the interview granted to the Car Truths podcast, Apostle Wisdom had alleged that the supposed miracle was executed using a hired young man, rented ambulance, purchased casket, and paid actors who posed as grieving relatives. According to him, the scheme was part of a coordinated plan to deceive worshippers during a program in Abakaliki. He claimed that Apostle Benjamin initially intended to use the alleged injection linked to Suleiman but backed out over fears the young man might actually die. My Oga, Apostle O.C. Benjamin, collected injection from Apostle Suleiman, he told me himself, Wisdom said in the interview. He described intricate preparations, paying people to act as family members, transporting the dead body from Enugu State, and staging dramatic confrontations with ushers who initially refused to allow the casket inside the hall. Wisdom narrated how the dead man, shut inside the coffin, endured heat and near suffocation before sneezing at the climax of the performance, triggering wild jubilation from the crowd. The angel in charge of raising the dead was even confused that day because nobody died, he mockingly remarked, describing the atmosphere as both chaotic and deeply manipulative. However, the fallout from the interview has now escalated into a full-blown legal confrontation. In a letter dated April 8, 2025 and addressed to Sowore Reporters publisher, Omiyele Sowore, Suleiman's lawyers, Clement Onwemuna and Company, accused the media platform of propagating outright falsehoods without verifying from the cleric. The letter described the publication as an aggravated libelous assault crafted from the spiral imaginations of a mischief maker and blackmailer whose allegations were spread uncritically. Our client has never met any Apostle O.C. Benjamin, not to talk of giving him injection or substance to inject anyone to stage manage resurrection miracles, the letter stated. Suleiman's lawyers also referenced a new video by Apostle O.C. Benjamin himself, which has reportedly been circulating online. In the video, Benjamin allegedly denies ever meeting Apostle Suleiman, dismissing the claims attributed to Apostle Wisdom as false, fabricated, and malicious. According to Suleiman's legal team, Sowore Reporters' willingness to publish the allegations despite the absence of verification demonstrates a frenzied effort to disparage our client and constitutes the most wicked attack on the towering image of the televangelist. The letter issued a strict 48-hour deadline for Sowore reporters to retract the publication from all online platforms where it appeared and publish a formal apology on the same platforms. Published full-page apologies in Punch, Guardian, Vanguard, Tribune, and Sunday Sun newspapers. Pay 1 billion naira as damages. Failure to meet these conditions, the lawyers said, would compel them to perfect our client's standing instructions, signaling impending litigation. The letter was copied to Apostle Suleiman himself and marked pre-litigation notice.
So while he was deaf and dumb, if they make up the
I don't know.
Was my pastor. One day I was in the minister's.
It's not even that day. Who quickly rushed this guy?
And he was talking. God. He said, I raised the dead.
Who quickly rushed him?
You can raise the dead.
Who will signal Papa, come bring his motor. Hey, you enter motor. I will move.
To do something.
Now small beating will beat him.
Man talking to you has done it.
Small beating. How you manage the makeup?
If he's not done it, then there is an impossibility.
So
Listen to
people
this.
will hear.
He said you can raise the
People
dead.
will hear this guy.
People were shouting. I wasn't shouting. I was crying.
People went and started beating.
When
How
I
can you be deaf and dumb and you are making call?
went straight to the hospital.
Who gave you phone?
I began to look for enter a new ward. I looked at some people.
Who gave you phone? How you manage no phone number?
I enter another ward. I said,
You that's it. Suddenly.
Where is the ward?
I told him is that yes, he forgot. He forgot that he has not finished his work. That his work finished when he motor to go back.
I said, I want to go and pray. He said, my friend.
Lord of Nazareth.
I left there. I was going around. I saw
Oh God.
the young child and the
My
mother.
brother,
They kept
there is nothing like that. Oh. Now we they bring them.
They told the mother to take the
We
child.
have a lot of any. Just bring missionaries.
The child, the white balls had gone inside.
They will come. Even if you want them, okay, like when we raise the dead person.
I said to them,
Sorry, when we acted the dead person, will nobody die? We don't raise anybody.
so I held the baby.
When we acted the dead person.
The baby was not dead. But
The young man
I began to pray.
who hired the ambulance from Enugu State. We didn't hire it in Ebony State. It was at the crusade. The program
I speak to you.
was held in Ezekuna Hall in Abakaliki.
It's Isaac now.
Ezekuna Hall
I started praying.
in
the baby was
Abakaliki.
half dead.
That is the
When I finished praying, the baby died.
Nsugbe
Yes.
Street behind Motherless Baby's home.
So, the mother of the
People
child,
that knows that follow those women very well, they know about all this.
the hand went down.
We hired the young man and the ambulance. We bought the casket.
And tie on her waist.
We only paid the ambulance man.
He said,
We
"Who are
came
you?
with
Who
12
sent you?"
extra people
Oh, you came to finish it.
to act as the family, the compound, the neighbor,
To run.
the
mourners.
so it will be 12
Ark of Noah. I said,
extra
God,
people.
if you deliver me today,
That was what we hired.
I will mind my
The
business.
particular program.
I said, Madam, you know what we have
Those
to do?
12 is only to follow.
As this baby die now, I will give
People
you
that will be wailing and crying and
They know him is our person. So like when 12 people come in a congregation and identify they know this person, what is left again now for you not to believe?
The nurses came out and began to insult me. They said, we know why
The young man
we
entered the
this.
casket.
You people with Bible.
He immediately will reach motherless baby.
And the Holy Spirit said to me, call the name of the baby.
And I did he entered the
So I
casket.
turned to the woman and I said, what is the name?
Initially, there was a dross. There was an injection we collected from Morga.
I said, God,
Collected from, what's his name? Justice Suleiman.
and call the name.
wait.
I said, what
That Morga, Osi Benjamin.
and call
Collected injection
Injection.
5 years old.
from Apostle Suleiman, the
Yes.
one who know.
He told me himself.
And the baby opened the eyes.
You understand? He told me himself. I was his PA.
And held the mother.
But that he's afraid
The woman said,
of injecting that
I said, I told you.
young man.
I told you.
Made the guy no go
No
die.
come die.
Told you what? Me that wanted to run.
But he was told that injection will just is for the injection has time that it will expire.
God will give you a miracle that will change your story.
Along the line, he was afraid of giving the guy the injection. Even when the guy agreed,
People are taking risk.
they did not. The guy agreed, accepted the conditions that they will give him the injection. and nothing will happen. But he was afraid. We already arranged it. But along the line, he called and said, no, let the guy just enter the casket like that.
Without the
Injection. That a mind no accept him. We say, okay, since not like that, that means
like you know trust the source of the injection.
Exactly.
Make you know be say they want to
use them, set them up. Guys, exactly. So we say, okay, since not like that, the guy go just sit down for the ambulance with with other people that hired boss. Another boss. Those are also machineries. But they came with 2 cars. That boss is for those people that come to testify.
That they know the boy.
Yes. When we get to Mr. Biggs, sorry, Motherless Baby's home, just a diversion to that very hall. That was when the guy entered the casket. But the casket was closed when they want to bring it out.
It doesn't matter what is going on now.
But that was when he stopped receiving air.
It will pass.
Just immediately they want to bring it out. That was when they now shut it down. Already wear him hand glove, wear him stockings, put all this cotton wool.
I told you, and I'm hearing that again.
He was just there. He died 3 days ago. They wanted to go and bury him. But the prophet, somebody directed them
to bring the body to the prophet.
To the prophet. Ushers were like, no. He was saying he was just standing in the pulpit. What is going on there? He said, Papa, na dead body. He said, what are they doing with this? Does it look like mortuary? Bring it.
And the Bible says
they brought the young man. All right, he won't kill this guy, yo.
Inside there.
Send them away. What do you
And small
Body
hit.
where they sweat.
listen to me?
What
If
kind
you want
of
God to
dead
set
body
you
where
free,
they sweat?
He won't kill the guy inside that place.
the spirit of rejection.
First, he said that they should open it.
Hey, wait.
The late Benson, Archbishop
That's
Benson.
fine.
Let's say, man, don't call that. They should open
One
it.
day I was in the ministers
Because the
in 1992.
shock of a lot of people, they were unable to discover.
He said, I
But later,
raised the dead.
a lot of people start talking about it. How the guy, they sweat like that now.
He was saying that.
You understand?
It's easy to
This is very funny.
when the man talking
Imagine
has
a hall. The hall is
when the
even
man has
stuffy.
not done it, then there is an
Dead body where died since 3 days ago. Cause they sweat.
Now you know.
It was too much that the cops started sweating.
Welcome, Radio. Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Apparent unsafe nature of Nigeria was recorded again on Sunday in the southeast geopolitical zone of the troubled West Africa country after suspected terrorists launched multiple attacks in Anambra state, killing several numbers of persons after the suspected terrorists attacked a church at Lilu community within Ihiala local government area in the morning and burned part of the St. Andrew's Anglican Church, where the wife of the pastor was brutally murdered at the spot, and in the evening, the suspected terrorists took the hit to Anambra market in Nawfia community and shot sporadically into the Afore market in the Njikoko local government area, causing several casualties, with video evidence from residents indicating that 4 of the bodies died on the spot and were in their pool of blood, and large numbers of others rushed to the hospital. The Nigeria police force has confirmed the suspected terrorists' attack on Anglican Church in Lilu, but yet to issue statement as at the time of filing in this report on Monday morning over the attack on market in Nawfia. According to residents, yet to be ascertained total numbers of persons were killed when some unknown armed men launched an attack near the Afore Market Junction in Nawfia community, in Njikoko local government area of Anambra state on Sunday. At St. Andrew's Church in Lilu, the venerable wife was shot and the target of the attack. The pastor escaped into hiding and was later kept at a security safe place looking traumatized. The church was burnt and the priest's properties, including his car, was set ablaze. In a statement on Sunday, Chief Daniel Okoye, the President General of Nawfia Progressive Union, gave a brief account of the attack on the Anambra market, saying, "This evening, I received with deep shock the tragic news of an attack at the Afore Market Junction in Nawfia community. The incident resulted in multiple casualties, caused by unknown assailants who carried out this senseless act of violence. I strongly condemn this heartbreaking incident and the attempt to disrupt the peace of our beloved community. I have already contacted the relevant security agencies, and investigations are underway to uncover those responsible. I appeal to all NDI Nawfia to remain calm, stay vigilant, and continue to cooperate with security operatives as they work tirelessly to restore normalcy and ensure our safety. My thoughts and prayers are with the families affected. On behalf of the Nawfia Progressive Union, I extend our deepest sympathies and assure you that we are fully committed to supporting efforts aimed at protecting lives and maintaining peace in Nawfia. Anambra State Command of the Nigeria Police Force in a statement on Monday early morning, said, "The Commissioner of Police, Anambra State Police Command, CP Ikioye Oratugu condemns in the strongest terms the attack in the morning of the 7th of December 2025, carried out by armed criminals which resulted in the death of one person confirmed with serious injuries inflicted on a few others, including the church building partially burnt, and other properties destroyed at a church premises in Lilu, Ihiala local government area." The CP states that this heinous and abominable act, committed against innocent worshippers, is not only an assault on the community but a grave affront to our shared values of peace, sanctity of life, and freedom of worship. The command extends its deepest sympathies to the families of the victims and to the entire Lilu community and assures the public that the police shall relentlessly hunt down the perpetrators of this crime. The CP notes that no community should be subjected to such brutality as the command will not allow criminals to instill fear or destabilize the peace we are working tirelessly to maintain. In view of the above, the command has already intensified intelligence-driven operations, deployed the Joint Security Team, and strengthened surveillance across the area. The operatives are following every lead as no resource will be spared in ensuring that those responsible are apprehended and made to face the full weight of the law. The command urges residents to remain calm and cooperate with the Joint Security Team by providing useful information that can assist ongoing investigations for justice to be served. The command remains steadfast in its commitment to protecting lives and property across Ihiala and the entire state. SP Akenga Tochukwu, Police Public Relations Officer, Anambra State Police Command stated.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria has expressed happiness that Nigeria troops, both air and land soldiers, have successfully foiled the coup attempt in Benin Republic on Sunday, saying, "Latest report from the Benin Republic indicated that Colonel Pascal Tigri, the leader of the mutineers who seized the country's national television on Sunday, is on the run and some other members of the group have been arrested as the defense and security forces in the country thwarted the attempted putsch, and, according to the Nigeria president, Nigeria government acted on two separate requests from the government of Benin Republic, saying, President Tinubu first ordered Nigerian Air Force fighter jets to enter the country and take over the airspace to help dislodge the coup plotters from the national TV and a military camp where they had regrouped, and secondly ordered ground troops into the Benin Republic territory, which the Nigeria military troops have been confirmed to have taken positions in both air and land space in the Benin Republic, with some local residents saying a few minutes ago that the gun battle is still ongoing. Bayo Onanuga, the spokesperson to the Nigeria president, in a number of statements on Sunday said, "Coup in Benin fails. Mutineers in military uniform, who attempted to overthrow President Patrice Talon's democratic government on Sunday in the Republic of Benin, have failed. The mutineers seized the national TV after failing to enter President Talon's residence." The latest report from Cotonou said the National Guard has taken control of the situation and surrounded the television station. According to 24 Hours in Benin, discussions are underway with the mutineers, now holed up inside the station. Benin's Interior Minister, Alassane Sidou, says the country's armed forces have thwarted an attempted coup. His statement came after soldiers appeared on state television and announced the removal of President Patrice Talon, the closure of borders and suspension of political parties. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commended the gallantry of Nigeria's military on Sunday for responding swiftly to the request by the government of Benin Republic to save its 35-year-old democracy from coup plotters who struck at dawn today. Acting on two separate requests from the government of Benin, President Tinubu first ordered Nigerian Air Force fighter jets to enter the country and take over the airspace to help dislodge the coup plotters from the national TV and a military camp where they had regrouped. The Republic of Benin, through its Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in a note verbal, requested immediate Nigerian air support, in view of the urgency and seriousness of the situation and to safeguard the constitutional order, protect national institutions and ensure the security of the population. In the second request, the authorities in Benin requested the deployment of Nigerian Air Force assets within Beninois airspace for surveillance and rapid intervention operations under Benin-led coordination. The Benin government also requested Nigerian ground forces, strictly for missions approved by the Beninese Command Authority in support of the protection of constitutional institutions and the containment of armed groups. Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, said all the requests have been fulfilled, with Nigerian ground forces now in Benin. Ours is to comply with the order of the Commander-in-Chief of our armed forces, President Tinubu, he said. Constitutional order was upended in the Republic of Benin, Nigeria's neighbor, when some soldiers led by Colonel Pascal Tigre announced a coup on Sunday morning. The putschists seized the national TV and claimed they had toppled President Patrice Talon and suspended all democratic institutions. It took some hours before the government's loyal forces, assisted by Nigeria, took control and flushed out the coup plotters from the national TV. In his remarks after the restoration of the democratic and constitutional order, President Tinubu saluted the Nigerian armed forces for standing firm as a protector and defender of democracy. Today, the Nigerian armed forces stood gallantly as a defender and protector of constitutional order in the Republic of Benin on the invitation of the government. Our armed forces acted within the ambit of the ECOWAS Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance. They have helped stabilize a neighboring country and have made us proud of their commitment to sustaining our democratic values and ideals since 1999. Nigeria stands firmly with the government and people of the Republic of Benin. The latest report from the Benin Republic said Colonel Pascal Tigre, the leader of the mutineers who seized the country's national TV on Sunday, is on the run. However, some other members of the group have been arrested as the defense and security forces in the country thwarted the attempted putsch. Benin's Interior Minister, Alassane Sidou, has appeared on national TV to announce that the coup has been thwarted. Early on Sunday morning, the 7th of December 2025, a small group of soldiers launched a mutiny aimed at destabilizing the state and its institutions. Faced with this situation, the Beninese armed forces and their leadership, true to their oath, remained committed to the Republic. Their response allowed them to retain control of the situation and foil the attempt. The government therefore urges the population to go about their activities as normal. Omiyele Sowore, the founder of Sowore Reporters News Media and a human rights activist, in a statement on Sunday, said, "The so-called coups in Guinea-Bissau and the latest episode in the Benin Republic share disturbing similarities. In Guinea-Bissau, the phony coup unfolded after a criminal former president effectively invited the military to intervene to avoid announcing elections and relinquishing power to an opposition figure with a popular mandate. It was not a seizure of power to restore order, but a manipulation of force to escape democratic progress. The situation in Benin raises equally troubling questions. There are strong indications that President Patrice Talon, a deeply shady figure and a close ally of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, may have been aware of the coup plot, allowed it to unfold, and then used it as a political diversion to shift public attention away from his growing unpopularity. In this sense, instability becomes a calculated tool of political survival rather than an unforeseen threat to democracy. Of course, I am opposed to military rule in all its forms. I am allergic to it. Whether invited, staged, or exploited, coups are never a solution to political failure. The answer to bad civilian leadership is not guns, military jackboots, and camouflage, but accountability, popular struggle, and genuine democracy. It would be recalled that a group of soldiers appeared on Benin's national television on Sunday morning claiming to have seized power. The group, which called itself the Military Committee for Refoundation, announced the removal of President Patrice Talon and all state institutions. Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigre was thereafter appointed president of the military committee, according to the soldier. The signal of the national television was cut later in the morning. The French embassy said on X that gunfire was reported at Camp Gezo, near the president's official residence, and urged French citizens to remain indoors. Shortly after the soldier's declaration, a source close to Talon told AFP the president was safe and the regular army was regaining control. Benin's Foreign Minister Olusegun Ajadi Bakari also told Reuters, the situation is under control, while government spokesperson Wilfried Hungbeji told AP, everything is fine, according to Al Jazeera News Network.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Nigeria police force under the leadership of IGP Kayode Egbetoken has kept mum since reports indicated that the US-trained private intelligence officer, Harrison Gwamnashu, who was invited to facilitate the rescue of a married couple, husband and wife simply identified as Mr. and Mrs. Ibrahim, that was kidnapped since late November at their home in Avili community, a village near Auchi Polytechnic in the Etsiko West local government area of Edo State, has been arrested and remanded to prison by a court sitting in Benin City, the Edo State capital, over allegations that the private intelligence officer, Harrison Gwamnashu, underpaid the ransom money given to him to give to the kidnappers to rescue the married couple in captivity. The reports of Harrison Gwamnashu's arrest and subsequent remand to prison custody became widespread after a popular Nigeria social media activist, Vincent Martins Otse, in a video statement on Friday morning alleged that he has facilitated the arrest of the private intelligence officer, Harrison Gwamnashu, for allegedly removing 5.4 million naira from the total amount given to him by the victim's family to help pay as ransom to the kidnappers. This occurred after the sting operations Gwamnashu had prepared the ransom money for was probably aborted after a man, whose real names may be Oshio Rima Job Ace-Geme, leaked, revealed and exposed the plan's sensitive security information online, according to the suspect who leaked out the sensitive security operational plans of Gwamnashu. Harrison Gwamnashu never told the family he was going to remove some money from the ransom, that the kidnappers said the money was not complete, hence only the wife was released, the man still held in captivity due to the incomplete ransom payment. The suspect, Oshio Rima Job Ace-Geme, in a video recorded statement stated that he was the one that helped facilitate the service of Harrison Gwamnashu when the family of the kidnapped victims requested for it. The action of the suspect may have prompted Harrison Gwamnashu to abort the sting operations, obviously for the safety of his personal life and the lives of Nigeria's soldiers and other security operatives he does use to execute and complete his sting operations against kidnappers, which often leads to the killing of the kidnappers and recovering of the total ransom paid. For the purpose of clarity, sting operations is a deceptive practice and undercover tactics used by journalist or intelligence officer or security operative to get closer to a suspected criminal or criminals in order to be more familiar with the criminals and the environment they operate, and the deceptive practice may include the journalist or intelligence officer or security operative pretending to give ransom money to kidnappers in a manner that can cause a delay in proper assessment of the environment before the security troops may launch offensive attack against the criminals. The action of Ace-Geme of leaking out sensitive security information may be of interest. Why Nigeria's soldiers and other security operatives are being killed in large numbers whenever in previous and recent years the Nigeria security troops are on rescue missions, including the recent mass killing of soldiers along with Brigadier General Uba Musa and civilian JTF members at Wajiroko village in Borno State by criminals. We are convinced that if Mr. Ace-Geme and the family of the kidnapped victims were suspicious that Harrison Gwamnashu wanted to steal part of the money, they would have played along and allowed the private intelligence officer, Harrison Gwamnashu, to complete his sting operations. If only had Harrison completed the security operations and thereafter refused to disclose the money removed from the ransom money, then the accusation and allegation of possible stealing would have been reasonably acceptable. Harrison Gwamnashu in a statement said in reaction to the allegation of stealing that the kidnappers demanded 50 million nairas from the family and the family negotiated with them. I don't negotiate with kidnappers. My assistance is to follow them up using tech which the police, military and local vigilantes are aware of. The family raised 20 million nairas to the kidnappers and the kidnappers told them that they will free only the woman because they were begging that she's pregnant. The family told me the kidnappers insisted on freeing only the woman. On Monday, I received a phone call from them saying the kidnappers are requesting for 20 million nairas and I asked them for the two of them or just the woman. They said for the two. My work is to follow up with the money so we can get a real-time location and get the military to the exact location as we've done in the past with evidence to back it up. They took the money to the kidnappers and they released only the woman and didn't release the man. The people that went said the money was not counted by the kidnappers to know if it's below 20 million nairas or above. They said the kidnappers only told them the money wasn't complete and they should go. They returned back and started a blame game and right in the DPO Auchi's office, I explained to them the strategies and plans we use. They said why didn't I tell them? I said I did because I remember telling them we will work on the money but how it's going to happen is what is not supposed to be revealed to anyone. I have informed the authorities who brought me to Edo State and who understand better the strategy and I did not steal any money as alleged. I am open to investigation and the findings should be made public.
Good afternoon. I did very down, so I just want to explain my part for this matter. What I observe and what I know for this matter. You know the kidnapped couple, some days ago, we talked this matter, we begged the government, may they come help us, may we stop his security. So if the dad of the wife of the guy where they kidnapping and his wife, they come meet me, they could tell me, say they see me and Harrison with the, if they see my picture, you see when he helped Aisha the other time and all that, say they see good work and they see work for online. After they say yes, I get in contact. Now I come carry my phone, call Harrison, put the phone for speaker. They hear not Harrison say, see what happened for her with you. The parents they with me for a year. They say they won't talk to you. Harrison tell they say may they no rush them, may they let they call them, you know, he give the guidelines on how to follow up the issue. Say may they no worry, you call help them for the matter. So the girl brother can follow up the matter. So one time he call me say they don't arrive at a certain amount. So after that, Harrison, I could call Harrison, tell him, say, these people, how you could use their matter of car? He say he and them they talk. I say good. So when they come, when he won't come out with you the next day, he call me. So he say he go come out with you. Say and that they see the talk, say they don't feel meet up with something, they don't agree. I say okay, good. So when he come, I call the guy, I say, Harrison say the question, say yes, say they talk since. I say okay, good. Harrison come, I go meet them. I meet the guys. Say now people when I know they're very close to me, they're among them. I say good. They arrange the money. Harrison say they carry the money come to the hotel where they. They carry the money come to hotel where Harrison they. Harrison say okay, we won't work on the money. So based on I be no be person from this side. Now somebody where we know they stay together. Now from another place Harrison for come. So we have to tell the girl, that brother, say may he stay with Harrison for inside the room. Stay with Harrison for inside the room. They do everything, they arrange everything. The money, the amount where they call, they inside. They intact. So Harrison come, everybody can come down. They wait for the call of the kidnappers. Right there with everybody, with all the snap, maybe with all the happy small say, God don't all those people won't come out. And we don't even the post pictures here, So the next thing the kidnappers gonna call They come carry the money. The boy where Harris carry follow body come. The boy now from this area. And Harris they do all those work together. The boy come bring the motor come. Harris because a driver could drive him. They come carry the money. So the boy brother I can't tell the boy brother say you need to follow these people go deliver this money. So the other brother say now he and the brother go. I say no, two brothers no fit waka that kind of waka. Me one day one go. It did very, very risky. They say okay, they understand what they talk. Then they go. The next thing somebody we know they around just call me say say that Harris me will not let her go. Say the money when they give kidnappers they not correct. Now only the woman they leave, made the woman who say the money no correct. They remove the husband follow body. I'm surprised, I weak. I say what? When I call Harrison, brother, where you dey? See what did they tell me? Say they with Sodia, they won't go the bush. I said go the bush. Oh. Even the guy tell me say Harrison for road safe, but inside Harrison for return. I say come back. My brother did it, they don't release my brother. Cut the whole story short, they come. The next thing I see DPO because before Harrison go there, I tell DPO say Harrison there around to see what they go on. They say okay, make I tell Harrison they feel work together. Told Harrison just say no, see me they just go collect money, make the people come outside. When we go call DPO come, the Harrison driver, with the drive follow Harrison back, they go J2 side. So the boy when they sign motor with the driver, I tell the boy say, you know they go anywhere, come, where would they go back to Hatsi? He say you know he say he won't follow Harrison. So when the guy won't come fight and I take stop, drive the motor back to the hotel where we did. DPO don't dey. Then the guy come stand from near gate. Now tell DPO say no let that guy go. Even the guy will get that the motor where they take go, when be from this side, I say me they no let her go. When they put the two from motor, police van, me all of us go station. We went to station. We waited for Harrison. We call Harrison. Harrison's number they busy. Probably they make calls. I don't know. So the next thing, they begin call DPO. I don't know. Call DPO. They begin call and say, Harrison, they do good work. Make it work with him. So they can't call Harrison. So they tell us, say we get name for this time. We get the way we take to do our matter from here. All those guys they'll lose if they lose patient. This they are if drive away day, you know go like what thing will happen. So I have to talk to him in that manner. Called drive come to the station. All of us can talk. DPO can't talk to around. Everybody can talk. Because say the way they do it work, you know they want 10 person. Say you come out money. That's say you come out waiting. Say you come out money. That's your guy. You disappoint me. You disappoint everybody. You tell us say you want come out money. How much you come out? He said, no, how much you come out. I said, no, you know, if you tell say you don't know how much you come out. That money, they say, you don't even reach 10 million. DPO can send email follow him, may they go bring the money come. They follow him, they reach the hotel. Money where you come out for inside money, say you come out money, the money they're supposed to see there for one place. Harris, the bag where they carry come, Harris he separates the money for all the bags. Now there police station and say they bring money come on. They can put them for nylon, carry come a police station. DPO come collect the money, they call counter, because say money now 5.4 million now Harrison come up for that money they won't go give kidnapper. I down, I weak. I tell them say I won't go as I go sleep. DPO to make I wait. So they now agree say me Harrison go tomorrow make it come. If the kidnappers come call to talk see how much they there, see how much no they will not know how to go give them the money when they release the boy. So now Harrison motor, the day police station. Harrison say he go help mama go do something. Harrison say in a 1 hour time we take come. Harrison till now Harrison overcome. Now, you see the trust when we get for you, Harrison. You disappoint us because you're supposed to tell us say you want more money for that money. You don't tell anybody. And I call you when they tell me say that money no complete. When those guys will come, you tell me say the money complete. Now you come, you say 5.4. The money where you come out, you don't know, but we count on a 5.4 million. Now come, make we know how we want to do this matter. We'll follow up. till now you never still come. So anywhere you dey Harrison, come back to Auchi. No, we finalize this matter. Nobody move, nobody be move. So you know that money where you won't pay him, so it's not good. When you talk about the one way that they pay him, then you won't come pay him down. It's too big. If more take for instance, say you they come on money based on things where you won't do. Now 5.4 million naira now you won't come out. Okay, you know they pity all those couples. You know where they foresee this money where they gather, where they won't give those people. I just say make I tell on my own side of the story. I greet everybody. Thank you very much.
Good evening, my name is Harrison Guamnishu. Okay, so I'm being dragged on social media for this very case. I'm being dragged on social media. What happened? Yesterday, I was invited. Nobody paid me 1 kobo. I freed our vehicle. We left Asaba. On our way going on Ichugbo, our car broke down. Azubike, a pork taxi in Asaba, brought another vehicle for us in Awuchi, on Ichugbo. We traveled to Awuchi. Nobody paid us 1 kobo. I did not discuss money with anybody. We went there on our own to assist because we've been doing that for long and we're succeeding. Yesterday we failed. Now yesterday when I got to Awuchi, I know the people want me to say things I'm not supposed to say because one reason why I went for Awuchi, it failed. Yes, it failed. All right. The 2 victims that were kidnapped, the husband and wife, the wife was released. Before now, the kidnappers told the family that they're going to release only the wife. Some things happened behind the scene, which I cannot say here. There is no way I can say it. All right. But number one, nobody stole any money from anywhere. Nobody was arrested by the police. Nobody ran away from Edo State. Yesterday, I was threatened. My life was threatened. My team members, Peter, Chichi, our life was threatened. While in DPO's office yesterday, DPO said, Harrison, drop your car. I said, you said drop your car. And thank God I dropped that vehicle. Because if not, maybe I would have been trade and have happened to me on the way. Alright? So I left the vehicle. The vehicle is not my own, it belongs to my colleague. I left the vehicle at the station. Nobody impounded the vehicle. DPO said, please keep your vehicle here. I will give you security. DPO Awuchi said this. If you're going anywhere, I'll give you security. My policeman will go with you anywhere you want to go with. When I know say such promises, sometimes they happen. So this early morning I said, no, I have to leave. I have to leave Awuchi. Because the family said, since they did not release the man, they have released the woman, they don't want our services anymore. We should pause. We have to pause. I can't say these things on social media space. I can't. A lot happened. A lot happened behind the scene. A lot of work we had done already. I was only trying to assist too. I went there with the intention to help, and which I did. Unfortunately, the man was not released. And now the blame is on me. They are trying to shift the blame on me. Well, it's fine. I'm not going to debunk anything. I'm not going to, okay, this is debunking, yes, but I'm not going to say some stuff that we weaken what we have already built. I told you guys before that there are technologies that can be used to get the kidnappers, and we've succeeded. A lot of them has been utilized. A lot of guns recovered, millions of naira ransom recovered, which I do tender on social media space. 5,400,000 naira is not what will stain my name. Not on this mission. It's not possible. So every mission to strike, every plan to see how to weaken me, to make me to stop doing this, is not possible. If anybody have any grievances against me, against my work, what I expect you to do is just put up a petition, let the police investigate thoroughly. The police, DSS, the military can investigate thoroughly to know what went wrong. Last time we were in Agenebo, the DSS was with us. I was the one who was leading, who was providing the lead for what we were going for. We were in Obiaroko a few days ago. I was the one who was at the front. Like I'll be at the front. The ones carrying gun will be at my back. The ones with gun will be at my back. I'll be at the front, leading the way. That is how risky it is. But there are things we are doing There are things we are doing involving everything that I cannot talk about on social media space. Alright, so sorry guys if I'm disappointing you with my response like this. This is my response. Alright, if you want to drag me anywhere, drag me. But one thing you should know is you cannot weaken what we have built. What we have built and giving out for free, not for individual, but to government, security agencies, and everybody. Love you guys. Thanks for your concern. Thanks for your solidarity. God bless you all.
All right, so Harrison Gwamnishu is in the police custody in Benin, Edo State. He was arrested yesterday night. In all honesty, I initiated the call that led to his arrest. I did. And first of all, I'm really disappointed in everything, but I would wait for him to come out, and this time I would want him to use his mouth to say the truth about what happened in Auchi. You see, when the whole thing happened, they called me. When they told me, I was surprised. So I had to make other calls, spoke to the police, asked different questions, and when the story was true, I was sad, right? Immediately I told them something. I said, I don't want to see this thing on social media. Please, nobody should post it for a reason. They say, no, that they are going to post. I say, no, don't post it. And they assured me that they were not going to post it. Then later, I now saw a video online where one guy, Z04, posted it. I called him. I said, but I told you guys not to post this video. He said that they are accusing him because he's the one that called Harrison to come to Edo State. That they are accusing him that him and Harrison did the business together, and that if anything happened to the husband that is in the bush, that is him that will take responsibility for that. That was why he panicked and he went to go and post to clear his name. I said, okay, no problem. Then I went back online and saw that Harrison had now made his own video to explain. But when I watched the video, it was really gaslighting, especially because I know the truth. It was gaslighting. I was more disappointed in him because he didn't manage it well, right? Trying to counter narrative and just seek sympathy and emotional manipulation and emotional blackmail of people. I was disappointed, right? Anyways, it's in the police custody. I made that call, and when it comes out, I hope he would come and tell the public the truth. As for the money, whether he took it or not, this is a video when he returned the money.
You see this bag, like more than carry go bush, eh? You need to offload it. Do you understand? Do you understand? Even the Ghana must go, don't wait for Ghana must go. You go offload them. If you not do them.
So you could hear his voice there because they told them not to record, but one person managed. The DPO instructed them not to record. One person managed to make that. His truck is in the police station in Edo State, and right now he's in Benin. So let's wait for him to come out. Then if he comes out and he does not say the truth, I guess I will have to say it. Now, I also need to highlight something. Some people will say Very Dark Man is probably jealous because Harrison is getting audience. Of course, because lately they've been comparing the both of us. Harrison is the best activist, Very Dark Man is not an activist, and blah blah blah. So truth is, I am not an activist. I hate to be called an activist, and I don't really care about that. When it comes to the audience, I have more audience than literally almost everybody, right? I get more engagement than literally, so it's not about jealousy. You know what my platform is for? My platform is for the truth, and when I see evil, I spill. But for Harrison, sentiment entered because we talk sometimes in the DM, not always, but, and I just go straight to the point with him in the DM, straight to the point, you know. But I'm just disappointed, honestly, because honestly I thought he had changed, you know, but this one is just, yeah. If he didn't make that video to gaslight yesterday, I probably would have just let everything play out, make it carry win, but come on. Anyways, let's wait for Harrison to come out. Peace and love, don't play. If you play it online, I go learn the hard way.
I just want to make you people understand that Harrison is in police custody now. And Harrison, though they agree on so many things. I say, if Harrison say, you know, the police custody as I talk to you, may come on IG. Make video, may we see. So my people, this matter, God would help us.
Alright, so why did the kidnappers suspect that the 20 million is not complete. And why did the kidnappers start arguing with the people that came to make the drop? Because according to the kidnappers, the last person that paid ransom of 20 million, which they came to make the drop, is about the girl. That money was not complete. When they released the girl, they found out that millions of naira were missing from that money, and it was replaced with cattle. So that was why they suspected immediately that that 20 million was not complete. But there was no time to count it. And the person that came to make the drop with Harrison's driver, the person that came to make the drop, also suspected, because the way they arranged the money, it's not the way the money came out. The money was scattered and then they arranged the money. So, but they had to confidently argue with the kidnappers because they know that there's no time for them to count it. At the end of the day, the kidnappers say, okay, I've been doing this business for 15 years. If I see 100 million, I know it's 100 million. This one is not 20 million, but this is what we'll do. We'll give you the wife to take. Do you understand? Listen. We'll give you the wife to go with. Then we'll count the money. If we count the money and it is complete 20 million, we'll give the husband transportation money to come back home. But do you know where the problem is? They did not say what they will do if they find out the money is not complete. You see where there's a problem now. So they left with the wife. And when they got there, the guy started arguing that Harrison, the way they rearranged the money and when we got there is different. Harrison, some money is missing. Harrison argued. Eventually, Harrison agreed. Say, carry money. You remember, the goal of all of this is to make sure the husband and wife is released. They don't release wife, they remain husband. Kidnapper don't talk, say, they go release the husband if the money they complete. But they did not say what they would do if that money is not complete. And as I speak to you now, kidnappers have still not reached out to the family. As I speak to you now, they are still not sure if kidnapper don't buy the man or not. But God forbid. Now, when I heard about it, I told them, do not come on the media, because I had calculated a lot of things. I said, just keep quiet. Keep the kidnappers guessing. If you people made a mistake or not, let's just wait for their call. That was what was going on in my head. Then one of them now went to go and make a video out of the threats that they were threatening him, that he is the one that brought Harrison. And if anything happened to their brother, now him, they will enter. That's why that one now went to go and make a video that Harrison carried money. But Harrison made one mistake. Remember, somebody there in captivity with kidnappers. Harrison would have just made a video to say, we are working on getting the guy out. For now, I don't have anything to say. That will also keep the kidnappers guessing. But Harrison made a very big mistake. Do you understand? Because those people, the family, they are waiting that if the kidnappers call, they will tell them that, see you, the person that is supposed to come and make the drop took some money out of it. It has nothing to do with us. We are not playing with you. So their prayer of the family is that they call back. Then these people went on the media. Now, Harrison now further made a mistake. What is the mistake?
Number one, nobody stole any money from anywhere. I told you guys before that there are technologies that can be used to get the kidnappers, and we've succeeded. A lot of them has been neutralized. A lot of guns recovered. Millions of naira ransom recovered.
Harrison said no money was missing. By saying no money was missing, remember, these people did social media. These kidnappers, they're on social media. By saying this no money was missing, is indirectly spoiling the chances that the family have. That chance of saying if kidnapper later call them, they will tell them, say, see what happened. It is not us. See who carry money, Mona no verse, but we'll bring the money back. Please return our brother. We did not plan to scam you. We did not plan to lie to you. We are sorry. Harrison ruined the chance by saying nothing was missing. He didn't just stop there. He went on to say they have technologies to neutralize, to collect and all that. Another message to these kidnappers that are holding this man. There's a possible chance that they are being set up. And that money that is missing is a sign of something in technology that is somewhere. You see, this is the part where I decide to step in. I also needed to send a message because Harrison has a bigger platform than the people accusing him. So I needed to send a message to the kidnappers that this family did not plan to scam you. So Harrison took the money. That was why I initiated the call. But again, up till now, these kidnappers have not called. And I hope they've not buy that man. You see, where is the problem now? And this is why I made the call. It was to send a message to them that the family no get hand. And if they watch this video, the family no get hand. It was a mistake. They didn't plan to scam you or lie to you. Do you understand? That's number one. Number two, you see, I am actually protecting him. Because if message come, God forbid, say they buy that man, nobody's going to let Harrison go. Because if they say you no carry money, therefore release the husband and the wife. You see the problem now. So for that station where they is the best place it can be right now. And let's hope and pray that they release that man. But like I said to the kidnappers, now they our media. The family no plan to scam now. Again, I watched the Harrison video. Why? You didn't need to see all of that. See, the kidnapper talk say, now only the man they go release, they don't go release. Now only the woman they go release. No. He said, the DPO now said that they did not arrest him. The DPO just collected his car, that he wants to keep it. The story did not connect. But yes, the DPO did not arrest him eventually because Harrison said he didn't take the money. After a while, he agreed and he brought the one he took. The DPO could not arrest him. Why? According to the DPO, Harrison told him that his boys are already clamping down on the kidnappers, that they have seen where the kidnappers are. It's just to arrest them. So the DPO could not arrest Harrison, so that tomorrow Harrison will not say, we almost arrested them. If not that the DPO detained me, we would have arrested all of them. That was why the DPO let him go that night and say, okay, your truck will be here. Because the DPO, it was between the devil and the DPO. See, so they say, okay, they go. Then in the morning, Harrison, he moved. He told the DPO that he needed to do some internet control. That's why. That's why they let him go. Do you understand? But the main thing is that man is still there. They've not received any call from the kidnappers yet. At all. And again, me, I'm scared. Because the kidnappers are saying the last money where they can't drop for one person where they kidnap, they remove money inside. They replace them with paper. I needed to do what I had to do to just send the message. I have a bigger platform. They go see them. I had to do what I had just to let them know this family no get anything to do with the money we miss. Make them know if you say that they use them play. From there they can't go buy the man. That's it. Nothing more. And for those of you saying it's a setup, a trap that is meant for a rat in the house cannot catch a cat because the cat does not move like the rat. I repeat, a trap that was set for a rat in the house cannot catch a cat because a cat does not move like a rat. If it was a setup, did he take the money? The setup needed to be complete if he took it. If he didn't take it, there will not be any setup. Just for you people thinking it's a setup, there will not be any setup. But my point is this, to the kidnappers and co, the family have nothing to do with that money that is missing. And they don't intend to play games with you. Please release the husband. Please release the husband. Please release the husband. The money can be completed and arranged and sent back to you. Any location loan I want, they will carry and come. Change your location, anything. In short, you can have it taken anywhere. Please, do not hurt that man. That's nothing to do with them. Family did not do anything. Please. Please. Please.
Osazuwa bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Nigeria's prominent music icon, Innocent Idibia aka Two-Face Idibia, has cried out for help after domestic violence he had with his new wife, Natasha, during social media live stream organized by Daddy Freeze on Monday over allegations and video evidence that surfaced online showing Two-Face Idibia being arrested with the two of his hands handcuffed at the back in London due to altercations.